Idaho. So we are truly all over the country. People are listening from everywhere. So Wayne's from Idaho, and let me tell you what Wayne talked about. So Wayne said that he upgraded a couple of credit cards to get reward points. He will use the cards that have $500 limits for recurring bills and gas purchases. He's going to pay those bills multiple times in a month, and his question is, will his debt utilization be high at times, and will this affect his credit score? Now, this is an excellent question, and we've dealt with it a little bit in the past, me telling you how it could affect you or not. So my answer to Wayne is this: potentially. So at times, but typically it won't. So at times, if you utilize the card and then you pay it multiple times a month, that balance is going to fluctuate. If your credit card company happens to report while you have, let's see, for example, a $450 balance, if they happen to report to the credit bureau at that time, then it's going to show you with a very high debt utilization that is going to negatively affect your credit score. So you'll see that. But on the other hand, if you pay them multiple times during the month, and then it shows, that you only have $12 left on there, or it shows you only have $100 left on there, then your debt utilization will be lower, and that'll be good for your credit score. Your credit score should increase. So if you do it the way that you're talking about doing it, then your credit score could fluctuate. Like I just mentioned, the person before whose score dropped 100 points and then it came back 100 points the next month, your credit score could fluctuate. It should never, let me repeat, it should never fluctuate by 100 points. But your credit score may fluctuate more than an average person if you pay your bill like that. It may fluctuate just depending on the timing of reporting and the timing when you pay, and then when the credit bureau actually picks it up. So that's what could potentially happen to you. And I caution people that brag about, if you will, that they're able to pay off their credit cards on a monthly basis. It could be helping you or it could be hurting you. You need to know when your credit card company actually reports to the credit bureau, and you need to make that payment prior to that reporting date, not necessarily prior to the date that is on your statement of your due date. So if the credit card company actually reports on, let's say, the 16th of the month, and your bill isn't due until the 20th of the month, and you pay it on the 19th of the month, it may show that you have basically maxed out your card. And if you do this on a regular basis, it may show that you've always been maxed out on your card, and that's going to be very bad for your credit score in that part of debt utilization. Debt utilization only talks about your credit cards. It's the only thing that they monitor, and it's 30% of your credit score. It's the second highest. 35% of your credit score is how well you pay, and that's being, less than 30 days late on any type of loan or anything of that nature. So that's what you need to know, and you need to monitor your own credit report probably on a monthly basis, especially when you start that out. You need to monitor it on your own, so you make sure that you're doing it the best way that helps you. Take advantage of the knowledge that you have about the system for sure. Do that and you'll be perfectly fine. So thank you very much, Wayne. I appreciate you sending the question in. Thank you so very much. You are definitely a part of the 800 Credit Score Man Show family. Welcome to it. And if anybody else has questions out there, please contact me. Send me an email. Just 800 creditscoreman@gmail.com. Send me an email at any time and ask me a question. I will answer that question to you directly, and you may become a part of the show during the question of the day segment. So thank you again, Wayne from Idaho, for contacting me. You can also always catch me on Twitter at creditscore_man at Twitter. That's at creditscore_man on Twitter. Catch me there. You can contact me there. If you follow me there, I will absolutely follow you back. You can also catch me on my Facebook page. It's at 800 Credit Score Man. And please join the Facebook group credit score comeback. 2017 is the year of your credit score comeback, so please join that group as well. Thank you very much, Wayne. I appreciate it, and welcome to the family. All right, so before we get on, I think I have a couple more shout outs for you guys. So let's see. I want to shout out Lon. She's just Lon. Lon is a beautiful person who celebrated their birthday this week, kind of like Cher or Janet or even Elvis. She's just Lon, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So I want to give her a happy birthday shout out as well for this week. I also want to shout out Keisha Moreau. Keisha is the godmother of two of my children, Cameron and Carter. So I want to give her a huge shout out. Couldn't have picked a better person to be the godmother of those two little boys. They love her to death, and she loves them as well. So happy birthday to you as well, Keisha. So before we get to my point of personal privilege toward the end of the show, I am going to talk about the best way, the absolute best way to monitor your credit. Now, for free. Now, of course, there are places out there that will monitor your credit for you, and they'll do it at a fee for sure. And it's good for some people, but you know how I feel about paying for things that you can do for yourself. I don't believe that you should pay for things that you can do for yourself, and you can monitor your own credit for yourself. But again, you have to know thyself. I tweet about it all the time. You got to know thyself. So if you know that you're going to start out real good, you're going to check your credit report, every 5 days, or you're going to check it every couple of weeks or once a month, and then you're going to fizzle out and you're never going to check it, and you're going to check it 6 months later, then you may need this particular service. You may need for somebody to monitor it for you if you've ever been a victim of identity theft or some kind of fraud. Then you may absolutely need this service for you. If you haven't, or you haven't been exposed to any of those kinds of things, then you can absolutely check your credit score yourself. And especially if you're diligent about checking it, then you can check it yourself. Utilize your own calendar. Get your calendar out and mark in your calendar on the 15th of this month. Go check my credit score, or go check my credit report. You can do that, with a Credit Karma or Quizzle or someone of that nature. You can do just that. So you want to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to list a couple of places. Of course, Credit Karma, I use it all the time. Credit Sesame, I'm signed up with that one as well. So you can check your credit reports there. There you can get, at Credit Karma, you can get TransUnion and you can get Equifax there. And then what you can do as well is you can go to, and this is something new that I've never mentioned before. It's not new. It's just new to you guys because I've never mentioned it. But freecreditscore.com. Freecreditscore.com is actually run by Experian. So when you're on Credit Karma and you can only get Equifax and TransUnion, if you also sign up for free, no credit card required at all, at freecreditscore.com. Do not Google it because you'll end up in somebody's nightmare. So go to freecreditscore.com and you can get your Experian credit report there. And you can always monitor it yourself. You can go there as many times as you want, 2, 3, 4 times a day if you want. It doesn't hurt your credit score at all. You can go there and you can monitor your own credit report right there. So do that, people. Monitor your own credit report by doing it that way. So I got an announcement to make about someplace where I'll be next week. So next Saturday on March the 11th, I'll be part of a financial wellness seminar that is being sponsored by Living Purpose Church. The seminar will be held from 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Eola Center, which is EOLA, and it's located at 555 South Eola Road in Aurora, Illinois. So again, that's the Financial Wellness Seminar sponsored by Living Purpose Church, and it's at the Eola Center at 555 South Eola Road in Aurora, Illinois. I will be joined by Latasha Bailey, who will speak to you about your budget, how to budget on a monthly basis for you, And then also by Barry Johnson. Barry goes by the Loan Arranger. If you're looking for a mortgage, especially if you're in the state of Illinois, then Barry is the man to see about getting a mortgage. He can definitely help you out. So he's going to talk about how to apply for a mortgage, prepare yourself for a mortgage, and then, of course, I'll be there to talk about credit as well. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys for today. Here is my part of the show where I want to take a moment of my personal privilege. So here goes. And please bear with me. So I want to take a moment of personal privilege to say that my family and the 800 Credit Score Man Show family has lost a huge contributor to the show. Arguably the biggest contributor, Chrissy King. I'm so glad I gave her shout outs while she was among us. When I embarked on this journey to create, produce, and host a show, Chrissy was one of my biggest supporters. She was there before I ever hit the air. Before the show started Memorial Day weekend 2016, I was in search of an intro and an outro song for the show. I shared with her my ideas, and she found my original song by Aloe Black, I Need $1. That became the song for the show. She encouraged me weekly, texting me during the show and after the show, laughing with me and at me for some of the things that I say on the show. She was also a question of the day as well. Tragically, Chrissy and her 2 children were killed in a house fire this week. So I'm asking the 800 Credit Score Show Man, the 800 Credit Score Man Show family to do something in her honor. I can't play the song I Need $1 by Aloe Black. Go to YouTube and play it in her honor. I'll post it on all my social media so you can find it easily, and please pray for my family. Chrissy was also the very first member of Credit Score Comeback, the Facebook group as well. So today, there will be no outro music today in her honor. I'm going to sign off with a moment of silence. Thank you, Chrissy, Daniel, LaKayla, I love you. Rest in heaven.